The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Pregame, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jimmy Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrex Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome out to Frontenac, Kansas for tonight's Kansas Class 3A high school football matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders. I'm Josh Lettner. Alongside me, Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod. And guys, this is probably one of the biggest matchups of the year for the Trojans. We said that last week when they had Galena come into town, but it seems Girard and Frontenac, it's only separated by a few miles. Always a grudge match. If it's a sub-state tournament, what have you, these teams always seem to meet up in the most important games, and so it seems only fitting that to kick off what is essentially district play this year, these two teams would be here tonight.
Yeah, like you said, it's a short drive over here, but it's still a drive over here, so we get to face Frontenac in their backyard at their home field off the turf, the friendly confines at Frank Jamison Field. So, but the field looks good for grass this time of year with no rain. Kudos to the groundkeeping crew here at Frontenac.
And these two teams looking for a big win here tonight. Girard, of course, coming into the game 3-0. Frontenac coming in at 2-1. We'll take a look at both of these squads as we look inside the game, talk about the starting lineups, take a look around some of the area matchups as we move closer to kickoff here in Frontenac. Before we get started, though, we do want to let you know that tonight's Girard Sports Live is brought to you by Pregame, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas, with Pregame. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Pregame has to offer at ckt.net. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll kick off the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. You're getting warmed up to watch the Trojans and the Raiders on Girard Sports Live.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Pregame is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Pregame's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Pregame. If you need to stay connected, you need Pregame.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert's Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas, as we're getting set for kickoff between tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders. We do want to let you know that our pregame show is brought to you by Community Bank and Trust. Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, Jess, a tough matchup here tonight for the Trojans and the Raiders. But let's take a look at some of the matchups going on around Southeast Kansas tonight. Our look at the area matchups is brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue, downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing, can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. All right, going on around the area tonight. Winless Labette County hosts 1-2 Wellington. A battle of unbeatens as 3-0 Baxter travels to 3-0 Parsons.
The matchup everyone wants to see.
Somebody's going to lose tonight.
My money's on Parsons.
1-2 Galena plays host to 1-2 Columbus. And then somebody's got to win between Northeast and Erie. They're both 0-3. 0-3 Yates Center travels to 2-1 Oswego. 3-1 Chanute travels out to Mountain Time somewhere deep into next week to play Ulysses, 1-2. 2-1 Prairie View is at 1-2 Burlington. St. Paul, 2-1, travels up to Lebo. They're 1-2. 1-2 Iola is at 2-1 Anderson County, so keep an eye on that one for district purposes. And then 0-3 Southeast is at 2-1 Colgan. And I heard some scuttlebutt in the press box that Southeast showed up with only 12 kids, and so they're going running clock from the moment they kick off on that one. So we ought to have a final score at about 6:45 on that one. 1-2 Pittsburgh's on the road at 1-2 Fort Scott. Both of those teams struggling, but a rivalry is a rivalry, so that would be a good game tonight. And then 3-0 Humboldt on the road at 3-0 Council Grove, so that's one to keep an eye on as well. Undefeated Coffeyville Field Kindley hosts 1-2 Independence, and then 0-3 Riverton on the road at 2-1 Fredonia. So some interesting games going on across the area tonight. We all kind of laugh at the Baxter-Parsons game. Baxter's played some lesser opponents this year, and they're definitely the underdog headed into that one. But, man, I don't care. If you're a fan of Baxter Springs, 3-0, you'll take it.
Oh, any day of the week. Kudos to the Baxter Springs coach to get that program kind of turned around and head in the right direction.
And then, of course, wants to keep your eyes on, for our district purposes, that Columbus-Galena game. That's not our district, but it's their district, so that's a good one to keep an eye on. And then Iola, Anderson County, and Prairie View, Burlington, of course, they're within our district. But Trojans essentially kicking off district play here tonight against Frontenac. After tonight's game, the Trojans are at Prairie View, at Iola, and then home against Anderson County and Burlington. So it's all district opponents from here on out. So this is really just where you want to be playing your best football. And, man, if last week was any sort of indicator, the Trojans are playing pretty well right now.
Yeah, they played so good last week. I talked about it last week there about the offense and the long sustained drives, and I went home and watched that game again, and I'll tell you, Josh, I was still impressed at midnight when I was finishing that game up as I was at 8 o'clock when the game was getting over. But you're right. This starts a 3-game stretch on the road. Thank you, schedule makers, for making us go 3 in a row on the road right here. But a win's a win. Whether you win at home or you win on the road, you still have to get the W for this district play to work out.
And Frontenac, a big game for them, and they've had kind of an up-and-down season. They started out with a loss, a 14-12 loss here at home against Colgan in Week 1, and that's a game that, Frontenac led at the half. Colgan able to come back and win that one. But then Frontenac Week 2 goes out and handles an undermanned Riverton squad. I was there for the volleyball setup the other day, guys, and got to look at them practicing, and just not enough bodies out. That's the problem at Riverton's. It's just a numbers problem. And so Frontenac handled them 29-0. And then last week, a big win on the road at Bishop Ward. They trailed 10-0 at the half, able to come back and win that game 12-10. And it's just a kind of a tough environment to go up there and play in Kansas City. And Bishop Ward had some athletes, but it looked to me in the second half that they were just gassed. And Frontenac able to get physical with them in the second half and get some pass plays to work and really just kind of took over the game.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Smith just a little bit about it, and, Coach Smith's a all-out professional, come from a long line of professionals there, but he just didn't say much about it. Good win. He agreed with that, but thought Frontenac could have played better and just got lucky to get out of there with the win.
Well, they're going to have to play their best ball of the season here tonight against the Girard Trojans. Of course, Girard coming into this one 3-0. They're ranked number 7 in Class 3A. Coming off a big 41-20 win over Galena last week at home in Girard. And except for a couple big plays here or there, Trojans really just throttled Galena for much of that game, had it under control from the start.
Yeah, hats off to Galena. I mean, they just hung around. And at halftime, was it a tie ball game at half? I'm pretty sure it was right there somewhere.
I think it was a one-score game at half.
And then Trojans just come out and just total dominated that second half. It was just wonderful to watch.
Yeah, they're hopefully going to put together another sustained effort like they did last week here on the road at Frontenac. We'll step away for a quick break. We come back, we'll have our keys to the game, take a look at some of the starting lineups as we get closer to kickoff here in Frontenac. You're getting ready to watch the Trojans and the Raiders on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. Getting set for kickoff tonight between the Trojans and the Raiders. Well, Jess, I guess it's about time to start talking about the keys to the game. We touched on it a little bit earlier, but this Raider squad had a lot of talented seniors last year that really drove the team and graduated a lot of those guys, especially up front along the offensive and defensive lines, also at the quarterback spot. So they've grown a lot here over these 4 weeks, but what do you think the key to the game is going to be tonight for the Trojans?
It's going to be just like we talked earlier, ball control. Also getting off the bus. You got to start well. It's just a 15-minute bus ride over here, but if the Trojans can come out, establish line of scrimmage, take a lead, I think with our 25, 28-man rotation that we are able to play through, that we'll just lean on and dominate in the second half, which seems to be George's MO.
Yeah, and I think they need to tackle well also. Last game, first half was a little shaky. Tackling, Zane Turner, who ran for 7,000 yards against us. But if they can shut down McGinney and Turlip, I think it'll be a good game for the Trojans.
All right, your keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right vehicle for their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups. First off, for the Frontenac Raiders, they're led by junior quarterback Cal Turlip, who's had a pretty good year throwing the football so far. Behind him, a senior tailback tandem of Mario Mangini and Jack Lusker. At the wide receiver spots, you got junior Trey Kramer and senior Anthony Chance. Tight end, senior Dylan Witham. And then up front along the line, junior Jacob Holt, junior Tyler Antle, senior Brendan Frazier. See, I almost did it again there, guys. Mm-hmm. Junior Aiden Hill and senior Evan Kotzman. We got off the air into a conversation about Brendan Fraser from the Mummy movies, and it's going to mess with me all night right now. All right, that's your starting lineups for the Frontenac Raiders. For the Girard Trojans, of course, the quarterback Luke Nigman played a heck of a game last week, 7 of 8, 149 yards and a touchdown. Behind him in the backfield, senior tailback Alex Kester ran for over 170 yards, several touchdowns last week as well. Your kind of wing backs will be Bo Harris and Ethan Davidson. Wide receiver Caleb Scales. And then up front, you've got 6'4", 216-pound sophomore Scott Moore, 6 foot, 225-pound senior Eric Williams, 6'2", 165-pound senior Justin Ferguson, 5'11", 183-pound Cordell Siren, and then 6 foot, 200-pound junior Caleb Combs, and 5'7", 200-pound senior Ryan Jarboe up front for the Trojans. Your starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. The Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylists Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. All right, we're going to step away for our third break of this Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll be back with some final thoughts and then kickoff from here in Frontenac. It's a beautiful night for high school football. We're glad to bring it to you here on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumbach and Brumbach Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumbach's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumbach's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumbach Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumbach Service Center.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. Getting set for kickoff tonight between the Girard Trojans and the Frontenac Raiders. Josh Lettner alongside me, Jess Murphy. Daryl, sorry, forgetting Daryl. My lovely life, Jenny on the camera. Are you on the camera? Well, something's going to happen here anyway. We'll figure all the roles out here in just a minute. You see the Frontenac band get ready to take the field. Getting set for the coin flip and the opening kickoff here in Frontenac. Trojans coming into the game 3-0, ranked number 7 in Class 3A. We talked earlier, this is effectively the beginning of district play here for Girard. They got this is the first of 3 road games coming up for the Trojans, and all district opponents from here on out, as the Trojans next week will be at Prairie View, at Iola the following week, and then home to finish up the season against Anderson County and then Burlington. We'll be very happy by that point to be back at Frank Jameson Field, that's for sure. Although we probably won't need the air conditioning by then, guys, I hope.
Should be heated.
God willing.
Right.
We don't need the air conditioning by then. It is warm in here.
It might be cold out by then, Josh.
Maybe, and I don't do well. Cold, we all know. All right, we're going to take our final break of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. When we get back, we'll have kickoff between the Trojans and the Raiders. You're getting set to watch Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere and, of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
All right, Trojans won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half. Frontenac will receive the opening kick to start off tonight's ball game as the sun dips down over the horizon. It's an absolutely beautiful night for high school football here in Southeast Kansas. And Jess, you mentioned it earlier, this natural surface field here in Frontenac looks pretty darn good for this point in the high school football season. I remember years going to Pittsburgh High where Hutch Field was a mud strip with grass down the sidelines by this point of the year. So the field here in Frontenac looking good. Got the tent set up over on the west side of the stadium, getting ready for Festa Italiana tonight. Trojans trying to overcome all of that to go to 4-0 on the season. Our opening kickoff is brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple and Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes. From Larrett Ceramics, call 620-724-8442. This can be a noisy place to play, especially due to these metal bleachers we're on over here on this north side of the stadium. Trojans going to try and keep this crowd pretty quiet here tonight as Humble kicks it away. Back to receive it at the 5-yard line. I believe that was number 2, Vinny Pyle.
22.
22?
That's McGinney.
That was McGinney who received the kick.
Good group tackling by the Trojans. Not letting a kickoff return to hurt their first drive.
1st and 10 for Frontenac at their own, call it 23-yard line. 11:54 to play first quarter. There's the snap. Turlip hands quickly straight ahead. Trojans there to cut it down for a 1-yard gain, and that was Jack Lusker on the carry.
As Shireman in from his deep tackle, D-end position, just stuffed that play.
2nd and 8.
Brings up a 2nd down and 8 from the 25. Snap back to Turlip. Swing pass on the outside of McGinney, and he's brought down from behind. Nice defensive play that time by Christian Taylor.
Looked like Anthony Pike got over there, forced McGinney inside, and Christian Taylor finished him off.
Yeah, great pressure on the quarterback. Probably a design swing pass anyway, but the left side backer come in untouched.
Brings up a 3rd down and 6 now for Frontenac. Passing situation. There's 4 wide receivers in this set, 3 to the near side. Lone wide receiver to the far side is Trey Kramer. Lusker back to pass. Quick hitter over the middle. Has a man. Sheds a tackle out across the 50-yard line into Trojan territory. That is Dylan Whitman.
Yeah, that's Ethan Brooks right there on man-to-man coverage. Just they run a little curl route. Ethan come up, missed the tackle, and big play Frontenac.
1st and 10 now. Raiders from the Girard 48-yard line. Gain of 27 yards on the play. Now Turlip in the pistol. McGinney will motion near side. Handoff goes up the middle. Little shirt tackle as number 25, Jack Lusker, able to run through it and picks up about 7 yards on 1st down.
I'd like to think that Girard's keying in on McGinney, and that little swing that he did might have drawn some attention and allowed Lusker to get inside.
This is the type of offense where you're going to have to maintain your gap responsibilities if you're Girard. And we saw a little bit of that. Your eyes cheating with the back in motion and missing the counter coming back the other way. Now Turlip in the gun. McGinney alone back in the backfield with him. Gets the handoff coming near side. Trojans are there for this one, and it's going to be close to 1st down yardage. I think they're going to mark him about a yard shy. Call it a gain of 2 on the play.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Whole host of Trojans in there on that tackle.
3rd and 1 for the Raiders.
Brings up a 3rd down and short for Frontenac. We saw him convert a 3rd down and 6 earlier in this drive. See what Coach Smith decides to dial up here on 3rd and short.
Yep.
Full backfield this time.
The full house set.
2 tight ends. Handoff's going to go to McGinney straight ahead, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Call it a gain of 2.
Gain of 2 on the play. That's good for a Frontenac Raider.
1st and 10 now for Frontenac from the Trojan 37-yard line. Trojans bring 4 down linemen this time. And the snap, little off kilter. Turlip throws it out of bounds into the Girard sideline. And a nice catch made by a member of the Trojan coaching staff, but that's going to be incomplete. Set up a 2nd down and 10.
Right, Trojans D-backs did a great job. No one open down the field. Little design rollout, and the left side of that Trojan defensive line is all over that play.
It looked like Towery made the catch. over there on the sideline. Coach Towery.
It's kind of a self-defense catch. It's either that or injure your liver. Turlip in the gun, and there's motion before the snap. They're going to blow this one dead.
Flag on the play.
And there's a false start against the Raiders.
False start against the Raiders.
Maybe hopefully stops a little bit of this momentum that they've had so far.
5-yard penalty moves backs it up to the 42-yard line. 2nd and 15.
Sets up 2nd and 15 now for Frontenac. From the Trojan 42-yard line. Turlip in the gun once again. There's the snap, looking far side. Off the hands of McGinney. It lands right in the hands of Trey Kramer. I'm not sure if that's how they drew that one up in the locker room, but it goes down as a completion for a gain of about a yard there.
Yeah, was that the hook and ladder play right there? Other than it was the tip drill.
Yeah, more tip drill, I think, than anything. Fortuitous bounce that time for Frontenac is able to maintain possession. Anytime that ball goes off the hands of the receiver up into the air, it's dangerous for the offense.
Normally advantage defense.
But right place, right time for Trey Kramer. And this drive's still alive. 3rd down and 9 here for Frontenac as they come out in the I formation, double tight. Now they'll put McGinney in motion, far side. Turlip back to pass. He's going to be sacked. Big defensive play that time for the Trojans as Jaden Norris came in there on the back of Turlip. And it's going to force a punting situation here, you would think, for Frontenac. Of course, looks like they're keeping the offense out on the field. And now here comes the punting unit. 4th down and looks like about 15, 16 there.
That looked like a great scheme. Jaden Norris ran untouched off the side of the offensive line didn't have enough people to block him there.
Yep. Now the Raiders set to punt this one away. Alex Kester back to field the kick for the Trojans. Short kick, has it, twisted up, and going to be brought down at about the 10-yard line. But most importantly there for Kester is he maintained possession of that one. A lot of black jerseys right on top of him. Maybe an opportunity for a fair catch there.
Yeah, probably been a better choice there. That Frontenac defender's running right down his throat there.
He's not scared. He'll break a tackle anytime.
Sets it up, 1st down and 10 for the Trojans at the 11-yard line. 6:26 to play, first quarter. We're scoreless here in Frontenac. Trojans getting set for their first offensive possession of the night. Under center, his handoff goes straight ahead to Kester. He's going to have about 5 yards there on 1st down. Trojans offensive line got a good push on that one.
6 on the play.
Yeah, we talked before the game about the offensive line mainly being kind of what hurt Frontenac. They lost Landon Dean, Lane Franklin, a bunch of seniors on the offensive line and defensive line as well. And Girard hopefully going to take advantage of that today.
Trojans definitely with the size advantage. There's another handoff to Kester up the middle. He'll pick up about a yard, maybe 2. Short gain there on 2nd down. Brings up 3rd down about, we'll call it, well, they keep moving the stick, so we'll call it 3rd down and 2 now.
So
that'll be a gain of 3 on the play for Kester.
Ball on the 19-yard line. 2 yards to go. It's 3rd down.
You know, I was kind of hoping they just play action, throw it as far as they could on the first play. But
get in trouble doing that.
Go against all keys of the game right there, Daryl.
Yeah, why not?
Kester alone back in the backfield with Nigaman. They're going to run a little option. Pitch comes out to Kester. Nowhere to go. Frontenac does a good job diagnosing that. Kester's still out across the 20. This Trojans are going to be about a yard shy. And now it's decision time for Coach Philpott. See if they go with the hard count here. See what they decide to do.
1 on the play.
You trust your offense here, Jess? 4 down territory here, Jess?
No, not this early in the game. But I agree with maybe the hard count. You line it up like you're going to go for it, and a hard cadence real early in the play clock, and you got 3 timeouts this half. So
Trojans elect not to go that route. Nigaman back in punting formation, but You have your starting quarterback as your punter.
Never know. A little
Never
trickery.
know.
Throw it deep. One time.
Bad snap. Nigaman plays it on the hop, and an end-over-end punt's going to take a huge Girard roll into Frontenac territory, and it's going to be down at the Raider 30-yard line, and that's where they'll take over. First down and 10.
First and 10.
So Trojans come up a yard short on third down, forced to put it away. Now the Raiders with it for their second possession. Taking under 4.5 to play here, first quarter. Scoreless. Here in Frontenac, Trojan offense looked pretty good on the first couple plays, and then Raider defense made a couple plays. Here we are. Turlip in the gun, hands off to Minginny, going far side, trying to turn the corner, gets around the corner, and he's going to have enough for a first down. Nice run there by Mario Minginny.
8 of 11 on the play. That's
Yeah, running away from us there, but our DN kind of got sealed in on that side and give him the corner.
First down and 10 now. At the 41. After the gain of 11. 3 wide receivers in this set. McGinney alone back in the backfield to get the handoff. The Trojans smother him in the backfield. He'll lose a yard on the play.
Alex Williams on the carry. Loss of 1 on the play.
That was Juan Pizarro cutting through there from a D tackle spot. Drake Kotzman coming in to clean up the mess.
Juan's made a lot of crossfield tackles this year. He comes in from that backside DN spot, and he.
Oh, must have been a penalty. I wasn't watching.
I wasn't either.
I didn't see the flag.
Sounds like our press box man
Holding,
called it an
right.
illegal block or something.
Well, that was a hold. I saw the hold on Kotzman, but I never saw him throw the flag on it.
15-yard penalty.
And that was what Galena did to get away with all their plays was hold Kotzman.
Yeah, majority of the game.
Yeah.
But hey, we still won. So
Yep.
yeah.
That makes it.
If they can hold you and you still win,
You
then I
guys
think
might
you're
be
doing a
the
good
most
job.
unabashed homers of any broadcast crew in the state.
I'm not sure what that means, Josh, but I'm just going to take it as a compliment.
Trojan fans.
Yeah.
Another handoff to Minginny. Has a seam this time. Gets some of the penalty yards back. Out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and very long here for Frontenac.
That was Christian Taylor there with a tackle around the ankles.
Ball from the 33-yard line brings it 2nd and 18.
See if we can dial up another one of them blitzes right here.
Call that a gain of 6 on the play. Trips to the near side this time for Frontenac. Girard trying to straighten out the coverage. Turlip coming, quick throw, near side, pass is dropped. And Trojans pick that up just in case, but it is an incomplete pass. Barely forward.
Yeah, it looks like number 6 might have gotten a little scared. He had Caleb Scales and a bunch of Trojan bodies running at him. Number 6, Lathan Lundberg, I believe it is.
Senior wideout. May have heard the footsteps. Or kind of a stampede, probably, is what he heard.
Watch him deep here.
They're not afraid to stretch the field, and we saw them do it a couple times against Bishop Ward last week. See if they put some air under it this time, and they will.
Yep.
And they're going to get a pass interference penalty against the Trojans as Caleb Scales just a little too handsy out there. He did a lot better to turn around when the wide receiver did and find the ball because he might have had a chance for it. Instead, played the man and got the flag.
Well, in high school, you got to remember that's not a spot foul, so it'll still be third down.
Third and extremely manageable now.
13. I didn't know it was a 15-yard penalty, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Sets up a third down and about 3 here for Frontenac. at their own 48-yard line.
3rd and 3 for the Raiders.
Now let's dial up one of those Jaden Norris special blitzes.
Sack would make me happy right now.
Well, they don't necessarily have to pass. Here they come, double tight I formation. And Coach Smith looks like wants a timeout.
Saw something he didn't like.
Take it.
Frontenac, that's their first timeout of the half.
We'll take a timeout as well. We're scoreless here in Frontenac. 2 minutes left to play first quarter. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Will be held Friday, October 7th, immediately.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Keep up the great work, Lady Raiders.
Well, I know it's kind of early in the first quarter, guys. This is a pretty big third down here for this Trojan defense.
Yeah, must stop situation, force a punt. Frontenac's by far got
the momentum here early. Yeah,
thank you.
It's we talked off the air early on, and we both kind of acknowledged Trojans going to have to weather the storm here early in this one, and that's certainly been the case here. Now third down and a long 3 here. Turlip with the handoff near side to Mangini, and he's not going to get it. They're going to be a couple yards short, and they might have had this discussion, Jess, that maybe we got 2 downs to get this, and you got to think that Coach Smith and his squad are going to go for it again. They picked up barely a yard on that one. It's going to set up a 4th and a long 2, and we'll see what
They'll bring the punt team out.
they decide to do.
Yeah.
Punt team.
They are lined up in a punt formation.
Always got to be aware, though. You never know.
And once again, Alex Kester back to field to punt for the Trojans. Snap is good. Kick high. Kester fields it at his 15. He's got some room to work. Sheds a man across the 20 and got brought down by his coattails at about the 21-yard line. That's where the Trojans will start, 1st and 10.
1 yard line. Girard will take over there.
1:16 to play first quarter. Both teams trying to be the first to break the ice in this one.
Yeah, I think this is a big scoring drive by the Trojans. I'm calling it right now. 6. 4 plays or less. I'm calling it.
Oh, Daryl.
I wouldn't be a very good betting man.
Not every game's the Galena game, bud.
But it can be.
It could be. Pistol formation for the Trojans. They come out in that familiar offensive set. Handoff straight ahead to Kester. Nothing fancy. And pick up about 3 yards there out to about the 25-yard line. Just short of the 25.
2 on the play. Ball's now on the 24. Second.
They're just playing move the pile right now. They're not doing anything fancy. Just
gain of 2.
Move their guys farther than they move us.
Brings up a 2nd down and 8 for the Trojans as we're now under a minute to play here. First quarter has been a pretty quick moving game. We've even had a timeout. Not as quick as that Colgan Southeast game,
I was just about to bring that up.
Ethan Davidson gets the handoff here. He's got it around the end, across 35, 40, 45, brought down in Frontenac territory. And there's a flag on the play, possible face mask on the tackle. Good pickup there by Davidson. Started at the 22 and brought down at the 40. Let's see where they're going to mark it. 46.
Face mask penalty against the Raiders.
A long run.
1st and 10. Girard falls at the 41-yard line.
Looks like 32 yards.
Take your word for it, Josh.
I call it 32. So 1 carry, 32 yards. Pretty good average for Davidson. Now, Nigaman going to keep it himself out across the 15, down inside the red zone, brought down right at the 15-yard line.
Great little option play there, and Frontenac took the pitch man, so Luke just cuts it upfield and just about outran everybody to the end zone.
And I don't know if you saw it, but he did a little bit of a sunshine from
Yep.
Remember the Titans. Faked the pitch, run inside. Yeah.
31-yard pickup that time by Luke Nigaman. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. We're scoreless, but the Trojans are knocking on the door. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Ball on the 15-yard line.
First and 10 for the Trojans from the Frontenac 15-yard line as we get set to start the second quarter of action here in Frontenac. Trojans just had runs of 32 and 31 yards by Ethan Davidson and Luke Nigaman respectively. Handoff now goes straight ahead. Alex Kester with it. He's got a good gain there of about 7 yards.
They faked that, what I would call the old crossbuck play with that wing back cutting in front and just giving
I
it to
almost
the second
called
guy
out Bo
through
Harris's
the run.
name because I thought he got the ball, but
Little jet sweep, but no.
if he did, nobody was following him. So he had all day to run. Harrison motion again. The handoff goes straight ahead to Kester. Nothing fancy. And he's going to come up about a yard short. So decision time here for the Trojans. I think you go for it here.
Easily.
Just third down, isn't it?
Oh, I thought that was third down. So now we got a 3rd down and 1 for the Trojans. Yep. Hopefully going to avoid decision time. The metal bleachers. Nigaman's going to keep this himself, headed for the goal line. There's a train of Trojans, and he's in. Touchdown, Girard.
Touchdown, Girard.
Luke Nigaman takes care of business himself, gets behind his blockers, and able to cross the goal line for the first score of the game. Trojans lead it 6-0.
Call design QB run, and not quite the 4 plays I was calling.
5 plays, Daryl.
It was close enough.
You were so wrong.
6.
6 plays?
6 plays.
So wrong.
Man,
all
off.
6 runs.
Kick from Humble is good. And the Trojans lead at 7-0. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. Trojans strike first to take a 7-0 lead, and just give us that drive summary.
Yeah, Trojans go 88 yards in 6 plays, all 6 runs for the touchdown. Garrett Humble knocks the extra point through for a 7-0 lead, Trojans.
And Humble set to kick this one away. It falls off the tee. Good old-fashioned do-over getting ready to happen right here.
2 thumbs up. Oh, we're not the volleyball game, Daryl.
Yeah,
Do-over.
jump ball or whatever it was called. I don't know.
Did you guys have some creative officiating going on in your...
Yeah, not really. I was just trying to officiate a little bit from the press box there, letting everybody know it was tipped, and I thought it was in.
I did a little bit of that at my granddaughter's 8-year-old volleyball game. I can't say it. I got caught up in the moment. Mangini with it at the 5-yard line. Out across the 20 and finally drug down from behind at about the 25-yard line. Final tackle being
number 80. Levi Blair.
It's too dark, man.
Levi Blair is a sophomore on the kickoff coverage team, make a nice tackle.
Does this ruin us? Oh, yeah,
Yep,
that ruins
can't
us.
have that.
Can't do that.
No dimmer on these lights, so we're filming through a window. So
2 windows,
yeah,
which makes for the
Josh was nice enough to clean the bird
leavings
on there.
Yeah. Oh, we're all leaning on this thing and ruining our scoreboard camera. Look at that. There's a snap. Turlip, big Kotzman in there to make the tackle behind the line that time. That's what happens when you don't hold him. As he crashed through and blew that one up.
Yeah.
1 on the play.
Who was it that ran that ball? I didn't catch that from the press box.
I want to say 24, but hold on a minute. Let me.
Yeah, we'll say
engage
24.
The flashlight.
Corbin Niche.
Corbin Niche
got flattened by Kotzman.
I'll just keep this flashlight in. Everybody will know when I'm checking the name. There'll be a reflection, right? There's the snap.
Ball.
In the backfield. Trojans or Frontenac able to jump on top of it. But
heads up play by Jack Lusker.
Lusker able to fall on it, but Trojans right there to stop that one. Sets up a 3rd and long here for Frontenac in another passing situation.
Christian Taylor takes on a block, gets off of his block, and is still there to cover the pitch man.
And, a lot of the questions that a lot of the local radio hosts and people had about the Trojans coming to this year was who was going to take the place of Brecken Troike. And I'll tell you what, Christian Taylor's done a heck of a job this season. Very disciplined linebacker, but he's got the speed to get in there and make the play when he needs to. Good job right there. Another quick hitter to the outside. McGinney's got to make a man miss. He's wrapped up at the 15 and dropped. A loss of about 3 on the play, and an obvious punting situation coming up here for Frontenac.
It was a good job by Alex Kessler to make the open field tackle.
A great defensive stand in general by the Trojans there as a squad. Now Kessler will back up just inside Trojan territory at about the 43-yard line. Set up to receive this punt.
Ooh.
Trojans had the block on. They get the kick away. Kessler calls for a fair catch in in Frontenac territory at about the 42-yard line. We'll see where they mark this officially. They'll call it the 41. Excellent field position here for the Trojans to start this drive.
Yeah, and that's what Girard needed. They've so far started their drives on their own 11-yard line and then on their own 22. Now they get started in Frontenac territory. So what a
flip the field position.
Yeah,
there.
What a great job here.
A little bit of a chess match being played.
Migeman heads into the huddle. Bringing the play in for the Trojans. 8:43 to play here, second quarter. Trojans lead at 7-0. They'll start this drive 1st and 10 at the Frontenac 41. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Scales and Davidson. Handoff goes to up the middle. Is that Kester?
Nah. He looked
Christian Taylor?
It looked like Christian. Yeah, that'd be Christian.
Christian Taylor with his first carry of the ball game.
Taylor on the carry.
Richter scale hit there by the...
Or was it Shireman? No, it was Shireman.
22?
Yeah. Yep, that's who it is. Adam Shireman.
Call it a gain of 1 on the play. Sets up a 2nd down and 9 from the 40. Quick pitch outside, Ethan Davidson. Or is that Bo Harris?
I don't know, but they're pushing the pile.
A 3 and a 5. They're so hard to tell apart from a distance. And that was Bo Harris on the carry. Or was it?
Looked like Davidson to me.
Harris the last one out, but
always.
Yeah.
Whoever it was pushed. They got contacted at the line of scrimmage and pushed that pile 5 yards. That was a great play.
We'll give it to Davidson. Sets up a 3rd down and a long 5 here for the Trojans.
And they'll get a free 5.
Get to draw Frontenac off sides, but the Trojans are walking. Nope. Yep. Offsides on the Raiders.
Yeah, that
should be a first down.
I think what you were seeing over there on the other side, it looked like one of our players got pushed by one of the Frontenac violators of the offside penalty.
The Raider perpetrators?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's some poetry there.
Yeah. I'm a lyrical mastermind, didn't you know?
You guys are using too big of words.
Way to bring us back down to earth, Jess. 1st and 10 down for the Trojans from about the 30-yard line. Another run straight ahead. Shireman again, and he's going to have about 8, maybe 9 yards on the play. See where they spot it. We'll call it 8 on the play for Shireman.
At that time, the right side of that Girard Trojan offensive line opened up a big hole, and Shireman able to go 8 yards.
The offensive line doing what they should in this game, pushing the pile.
There we go. Solving problems here, guys.
Lights.
2nd down and 2 now for the Trojans. And Nigaman's going to keep it himself this time, and he's got a gain of about 5, enough for the first down, inside the 20 to about the 18, called 17-yard line.
And I've never really talked to the offensive coaches to know if those are read options or if those design play calls, but a lot of times they just work. Philpott, and I have talked to ex-Trojan players that says Philpott's playbook is huge. They're only in about page 1 or 2, and it's big.
Harris in motion again. He'll get the pitch this time far side on 1st down and can't find the corner, wrapped up for a loss of about 1 on the play.
Harris on the carry.
If there's that play Bo we talked about last week, he's doing a good job of getting his foot in the ground, cutting up field.
There was nowhere to go.
Yeah, he just didn't have anywhere. That might have been better suited to try to outrun him to the corner for.
Right. Well,
it's easy to see that from up here.
Yeah. A wall of black there in front of Harris, just nowhere to go. This brings up a 2nd down and long here for the Trojans. Call it 2nd and 12 from the 20-yard line, and now flags against the.
It's against the Raiders every time, man. I'm telling you. And a fan wants them to watch the ball.
It's always a good.
I just can't used to get. They just blow it dead so quick on an offsides in high school. I just can't get used to it.
Unabated.
Yeah.
I don't even think you have to make contact. I think you cross the ball to the defensive side.
There's no free play.
No.
Well, now 2nd down and about 7 for the Trojans from the 14-yard line. Harrison in motion again. The handoff will go right up the middle to Shireman. And he's got another, call it 7 yards. He's about a yard short of the first down.
Much more manageable than what it was going to be if they didn't get that offsides.
Brings up a 3rd down and short now for the Trojans from about the 13. They need to pick up, well, they need to cross the 12-yard line for the first down.
And I say they go for it no matter what.
I concur.
Even if they, which they're going to get it here with Luke.
Luke's going to keep it himself. He's got it across the 10-yard line down to about the 9. That's good enough for the first down. As they needed about the 8, and they got just that much, pretty much inside the 5, just short of the 4.
I wouldn't be surprised if they call that same quarterback keeper to Luke. It's been working off that left side. Looks like Frontenac has a hard time keeping their eyes on Luke, and that left side of the offensive line's opening up a hole for him. He's found it every single time so far down in this red zone.
Well, sometimes your eyes can beat you if you're a linebacker and you just get caught watching all the motion going on. And there we see it, Shireman right through the gut.
Yes.
That Frontenac defense for the touchdown. And the Trojans lead at 13-0.
Adam Shireman, his first touchdown of the year. That's something to celebrate. Adam Shiren, he's a
6-yard scamper by Shireman gives the Trojans a 13-0 lead here. Under 4 minutes to play first half. And Jess, we've seen Frontenac put together some second half comebacks this year, the largest one being a 10-point comeback in the second half. You know the Trojans like to add a little bit to this here before the break, but they will get the second half kickoff. Kick is good. Trojans lead it 14-0. We'll take another quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings. Even homemade pie. 37 in Girard for a hearty meal. And follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Welcome back to Frontenac, Kansas. Trojans lead at 14-0. Under 4 minutes to play first half. Jess, give us that drive summary.
Yeah, Trojans able to go 41 yards in 7 plays, helped out by 2 Frontenac penalties for the Girard Trojan touchdown. The extra point's good, 14-0.
And Adam Shireman runs it in. The defensive end's dream to run in a touchdown.
So Garrett Humble set to kick this one away. And it's going to be fielded by McCoy Jones as he gets it out to about the 32-yard line. So not bad field position here for Frontenac to start this drive. First and 10 at their own 32.
First and 10.
Well, Trojan defense has held them scoreless so far, but Frontenac's offense has been on a 10-play drive, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 7-play drive before they forced them to punt. So Frontenac's moved the ball a little bit.
Now it's actually the second quarter. Don't believe what the scoreboard has there on your screen. We're about 3:47 away from halftime here as that first pass falls incomplete. Set up a second down and 10 for the Raiders.
Second and 10 for the Raiders.
So these Trojan defenses, they've been in kind of a bend and not break mode here. So
haven't broken so far, though.
Right.
And you see that they got a lot more penetration on that last drive, really putting pressure on Turlett back there, making it difficult on him to throw the football. You see they walk some more guys up to the line here now, back off. And they're coming up after the run this time as they bring Mangini down after a gain of about 2.
Anthony Pike in on the tackle. Juan Pizarro missed a wide open shot for a loss right there, but Anthony Pike able to come through and clean it up.
Mangini's not a easy man to take down,
Mangini's getting paid to win too, man. He's making people mess out there in the backfield.
I forget there's another team every now and then.
They're trying to win too, Jess.
He is one of the better running backs in the CNC, though. Mario Mangini's a stud athlete.
Now, if you're a running back and you can't make a defensive lineman miss you in open space, you probably need to examine your life.
That's big talk. Some defensive linemen are just good like that.
And that was almost picked off. Aiden Damon had it right in his hands, couldn't haul it in. That pass intended for Mario Mangini. It's going to fall incomplete, brings up a 4th down and about 8. And Frontenac looks like they're going to punt this one away again. 3:02 stops the clock with 3:02. Plenty of time to work here for the Trojans, and we'll see if Alex Kester can get a good return on this punt. High, spiraling, beautiful punt. He calls fair catch and gets run into. And there should be a flag. There it is. And the partisan crowd in front of us saying he got pushed, but the official's going to talk it over.
And Kester might get an Emmy Award for
acting.
He did
dramatic.
The charge. That's the charge.
Dramatic interpretation in a fair catch scenario.
He fell a whole lot harder than.
They're not going to buy it.
Yeah,
They're taking away his Oscar.
I think they waved the flag.
They're taking his Oscar away.
The refs are wearing black and white, guys.
Which is probably the correct call, because I think he was blocked into him.
That's not the correct call. It was
Kester.
That's not what Daryl saw.
Yeah. I saw it in favor of the Trojans all the way.
So where are we at?
Daryl's impartial analysis.
28-yard line.
Just as impartial as the crowd below me.
That's right. 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. 3:02 to play here in the first half. Girard leads at 14-0 over the Frontenac Raiders. Handoff goes. Faked handoff to Kester, and Luke Nigeman keeps it himself, and he'll pick up a couple of yards on the play.
Couple of pancakes on the offensive line. I kind of got caught looking at it and saw Justin Ferguson take down a guy.
Yeah, that's where my eyes went.
I thought he was the running back because he knocked over a guy so fast.
2nd down and 8 now for the Trojans. Clock ticks down around 2.5 to play first half. And they're going to whistle this one dead. False start against the Trojans. They had two guys moving at the same time. And that's going to back Girard up. And now you got to get bigger chunks at this point. You think, Jess, if you're going to score here with 2:27 left on the clock. Now, granted, Trojans do have 2 timeouts. Or all 3 timeouts, actually.
And a stud at quarterback with Luke Nigeman.
And you got the sidelines.
And a lot of talented receivers.
And if you go hurry up, first down, stop the clock till they reset the chains. So
and a good offensive line.
Now the clock rolls as we're down under 2:15.
And I'm calling a touchdown.
And Trojans kind of methodical in their approach here. Pass behind Scales. It was there.
Yep.
If he'd have led Scales, he'd still be running.
Yep.
But that one was behind.
A little behind.
Caleb had to try and reach back for it, unable to make the catch. Stops the clock with 2:04 to play first half. Trojans looking at a 3rd down and long. And now if you're Girard, the clock is not your friend. And you're trying to maybe burn some time off of this thing here because you don't want Frontenac getting the ball with a lot of time left on the clock.
So if you don't pick this first down up here, you're
not 4-down territory.
It's a whole different ball game.
And there's a timeout on the field. Coach Phil Pott wants to talk it over with his squad. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans lead at 14-0. Looking at a big 3rd down when we come back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
It's 3rd down.
3rd down and long now for the Trojans. 2:04 to play first half. 3 wide in this set. Nigeman back to pass, rolling far side, being pursued, looking, and throwing over the middle. Has a man. The catch is made by Scales, and he's brought down at about the 41-yard line. First down, Trojans. Call it a gain of 15 on the play.
So now you got the chance to hurry up and go, and they are. They're lined up on the ball, ready to go.
Ball at the 41-yard line.
Ball at the 41, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. We're now under 2 minutes to play first half. Here's the snap. Nigeman runs option far side. Quick pitch to the outside. He's got a man with Ethan Davidson with room to run. Again, brought down, possible face mask. The official no flag there. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line. First down, Trojans. Clock stops while they reset the chains. Girard going to go with some tempo here as Nigeman brings him up to the line, gets the play in from the sideline. They'll stay with this 3 wide receiver set. Back in the backfield is Alex Kester. Kester will get the handoff straight up the middle. Flag on the play.
Kester on the carry. Flag on the play.
And Kester picks up about 2. Clock stops. 1:25 to play first half, and we'll see
chop block.
lay chop block, and that'll back the Trojans up.
I couldn't tell this ref's not quite as animated as the last one. Didn't go down and see exactly where he hit the shins.
And we don't know who it is since they didn't give us their business cards.
Would have been nice, though.
What game was that where they came and gave us their business cards?
It was a home game.
It was the darndest thing.
Yeah.
Like, well, how about that? It never happened before, never happened since.
First time I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm not the seasoned
I
veteran
liked it.
Josh Lettner is.
I appreciated it. I thought, well, that's nice.
There's always a time to network.
Yeah. Nigaman's going to keep it this time on the option, looking for room, tracked down from behind by Mario Mangini after a gain of about 6 on the play, maybe 7.
It looked like to me Luke maybe looked to pitch that in traffic a couple different times, and his
Good thing he didn't.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear what his dad would say about that over here in the next booth. He pitched that one any further down the field.
Girard takes a timeout.
That'll stop the clock here. 50 seconds left to play first half, second down, and 5 ever here for the Trojans.
Double chains.
Need to pick up about 19 yards to get the first. You know they're not thinking field goal here, Jess.
No, but they've ran enough time off the clock now that, of course, they get the ball second half, so
they can take some shots.
Right,
not
we
really.
can take some shots, or if they don't end up scoring, it's not the end of the world right here.
Run a hail fill
Or
pot.
they could take 2 plays to get this first down. Not. I mean,
Yeah, 2 plays sounds right.
you don't leave much time on the clock after that.
Nope.
I think Garrett can make a, what would that be, a 35, 36-yarder?
I think Girard would be pretty accurate from that distance, no problem.
I've seen him kick in practice. He's a good kicker,
Frontenac
man.
made a 31-yarder.
They have
earlier in the year, I think,
Vinny
against
Pyle.
Vinny Pyle made one 31 yards against Riverton, I believe. So, a couple kickers with some capability in this game.
Good high school weapon to have as a kicker.
Yeah.
It's not very many.
That's not
of
your
them.
quarterback,
Right.
or yeah.
And now a timeout on the field. Not certain what this is. Maybe an equipment issue for Scales? What are we doing?
I don't know. They're going to send him off the field for some reason.
Maybe his blood.
Maybe.
Weird.
Oh.
So Aiden,
you don't play around with the hepatitis, boys.
It's a disease, Josh. You can't play with that.
Scott Moore comes in to replace Scales.
3 wide in this set. There's the snap. Back goes Nigaman. He's going to launch it downfield. Has a man. Overthrows Aiden Damon. And you really got to get an arm into it to overthrow Aiden. And he does. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long here for the Trojans. 44 seconds left.
Well,
here in the first half. Now you're thinking, do we take 2 downs here to try and get this, or if you end up in a 4th down situation?
40-second play clock right here. So, yeah, you're right. If we just run the ball right here and don't get close distance, you could probably just run the clock.
Frontenac's got to burn some timeouts.
Frontenac's got a timeout or
They've
2 in their
2,
pocket,
yeah.
but they might be happy to just get to the locker room.
Nigaman rolling near side, looking, throws back against his body, has a man. It's Bo Harris, catch made, short of the first down at about the 34-yard line. Clock ticks down around 30 seconds. Trojans have 1 timeout left. Not a lot of desperation here for the Trojans as they lead at 14-0, but they would like to try and add to it right here.
4th down.
Nigaman with him quickly up to the line on 4th down. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to keep it himself. Runs into a crowd of Raiders, but he's going to have enough for the first down up to the 30-yard line. Clock stops with 15 seconds while they move the chains.
Going to have to clock it. Or just run whatever you want, I guess.
You got a timeout.
Not going to.
Timeout Girard.
The Trojans will take their final timeout.
Oh, shoot. Forgot they had another timeout.
Of the first half. I thought maybe they would try and save it and run one more. But Coach Philpott elects to spend that timeout right now, talk things over with his squad. And, you know, you've been working against the clock this entire possession, Jess, so you kind of just, I don't know if you put a whole lot of weight in this, but the Trojans have moved the ball here, but their last couple of offensive possessions kind of more fluid than this one has been. A couple of costly penalties have backed them up, but been able to overcome them so far. But I think if the clock wasn't a factor, you'd see kind of a different approach here.
I wholeheartedly agree, Josh. I've watched NFL teams struggle in the 2-minute situation, so you blame me for watching the game with crimson glasses all the time. But a 2-minute drill is extremely hard to operate if you've ever been in the middle of one. That clock's fast.
On the other side of the ball, this Trojan offense put a lot of pressure on your entire defense.
Yes.
So this 2 minutes probably seems like a lifetime here for these Raider defenders as well. Now Niggeman back to pass, feeling some pressure, going to lob this one over to the sidelines. Good job. Just throw that sucker away, live to fight another day. Stops the clock with 10 seconds left. Kind of looking for a bit of a wheel route there, coming out of the backfield to Bo Harris, and Harris well covered on the play, and so Niggeman saw that, threw that one away, felt the pressure. That's an experienced quarterback play
right,
there.
Great job. And what lead into what we was talking about there, this is going to be the 11th play of this little 3-minute drive here.
Drives come in all shapes and sizes.
Could likely be the last play of the half here. Trojans come out 3 wide. Snap back to Niggeman. Rolls back, throws over the middle. It's picked off. Now, Frontenac able to come up with the stop. That was Wyatt Frazier, sophomore defensive back, 6 foot, 145 pounds. First time we called his name tonight. Comes up with the big interception there to stop that drive.
Yeah.
Now Frontenac has the ball here with 2 seconds left, and we'll see if they would try to run a play or just head to the locker room.
That's nothing but a stat bummer for Luke. I mean, 2 seconds left. You can't really do much. Frontenac's just probably going to take a knee here and call it good. Go into half, and you still have a 14-0 lead, and Girard's still in command of the game. I think it's
just an underthrow.
No harm, no foul.
If he'd have thrown it over his receiver, it wouldn't have been an interception. It might have been a completion, but you underthrow it, and the defensive back's able to jump in front.
Really easy to say once again from up
but
here.
The result is good for the Trojans in the first half. They lead at 14-0 heading into the break. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage, Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. At the half, the Trojans lead the Frontenac Raiders 14-0. And taking a look at some of the scores. Well, hold on now. Hold on. We got to stop, guys. We're going to put the cart before the horse here. We do want to let you know that our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. All right, now we can talk about some of the scores going on around the area tonight. And Jess, you had a score on that Columbus-Galena game.
Yeah, I've got Galena up 16, Columbus 14, and that's in the second quarter.
All right, and over in Parsons, the Vikings leading Baxter Springs 34-0. We kind of predicted that one earlier. I know, Daryl.
I wanted Baxter to win it
really
all.
Pulling for Baxter. They're your sentimental favorite this year. Of course, this one here, Girard up 14-0 at the half over Frontenac. Lebo in the first quarter leading St. Paul 28-6. And in the second quarter, Burlington leads Prairie View 20-12. And just kind of scrolling down here to find some teams you may have heard of.
Don't forget that lovely Colgan Southeast game where Colgan's leading 38-0.
With a running clock.
Saw that one coming. They had the running clock going from the kickoff in that one.
And they have their freshmen playing against the 12-man squad of Southeast right now.
Just scrolling through the Max Preps here, looking for some local scores. If you want to know some games out in Western Kansas, we're your hookup. I'll tell you that. Anytime. There's that Southeast Colgan score. If you want to know the Meade Sublette score, Jess, I got that one for you. Neodesha leading West Franklin 12-6. Humboldt leading Council Grove in the first quarter 14-7. That's one to keep an eye on. Both of those teams unbeaten.
What did you say the score of was that? Anderson County, Burlington. Have you gotten to that one yet?
I have. I'll have to go back to it. That's a mile back there, Daryl. I can't go.
Should have been listening. That's my
ancient history, bro.
Doesn't really matter that much to me.
Go
it's
back
okay.
and find
oh,
it.
okay.
No, I could tell you really, really want to know.
Well, I mean, they are, what is it, district opponents now?
They are.
I think it's a big deal.
It could be. Man, it's a long way back.
I'm sorry for all the inconvenience
really
I've
putting me
forced.
to work here. Hell, I don't know, Daryl.
It's something to something. Someone's winning for sure.
All of that
right
anticipation, I can't find it now.
Someone's winning
Someone's
for sure.
winning, but yet someone else is losing.
Sadly.
Yes.
Might end in a tie, you never know.
Sadly or happily, you don't know.
Yeah.
Prairie View is up, or Burlington's up on Prairie View 20-12. Those were our district opponents there. But not much else showing up yet on the scoreboard. If you know some local area scores, be sure to share them with us. We know Parsons up on Baxter Springs big right now. And most importantly, here at the halftime break, the Girard Trojans lead in Frontenac 14-0. Trojans had a promising drive going to end the second quarter, but it all ended on an intercepted pass down around the 15-yard line. Cut that one short. Trojans could be up even more right now, and they do receive that second half kick. Jess, and what do you think are some of the keys here from what you've seen so far for the Trojans to keep this up here in the second half?
Well, offensively, it's actually been fairly even. Girard's ran like 27 plays. Frontenac's run 21 plays. Pretty even on the penalties. The difference is Girard's put 2 in the end zone, and Frontenac's not been able to get the ball mainly into Girard territory. So they've run all their plays from basically behind the chains. And I do believe that this Trojan defense has done a great job. So you're going to have to look out for over the top. We saw a little bit over the top. Frontenac come out early and beat Girard over the top some, but those front 3 or 4 for Girard has gotten, like you talked about, a lot better penetration in, and Turlip hadn't had near the time he did early in the game.
Yeah, I think after that first big pass over the middle, I think Girard defense kind of took a little bit of offense to that almost and haven't given Turlip any time, like you said. So I think it's gotten better a lot.
You know, there's just the realization, hey, we can't just let this guy stand back here and throw. And you kind of saw the adjustment there in the first half out of that Trojan defense. And then offensively, it seems like Frontenac's been keying a little bit on Alex Kester, understandably. And after the week he had last week and the week before and the week before that. So he's been a little bit quiet here in this first half. Do you think we're going to see him come alive a little bit more in the second half?
I would say so, after Girard leans on that Frontenac defense a little bit. But what that's done is opened up the ball for Ethan Davidson around the end a time or two. Bo Harris has had a couple nice carries, and then Luke's been able to keep it and rush the ball in by himself. And you know what I think. When you play 11 on 11, I'm all for the quarterback running the football a little bit, because that just – you're man on man there, 11 versus 11, and you don't free up an open blocker that way.
Well, that Eye on the Game brought to you by Canar Eye Care. As we take a look back at the first half, Canar Eye Care is making sure you can see what you're looking at. Canar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help your valued customers. Learn more at CanarEyeCare.com. Well, guys, I think it's time to take another break. We'll come back with more of the GN Bank halftime show. Trojans lead at 14-0 at the break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere and, of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac High School. We're still at halftime. Trojans leading at 14-0. They will receive the kick to start the third quarter. We'll go ahead and knock out our final break of the GN Bank halftime show and be back with second half action. Here from Frontenac, you're watching the Trojans and the Raiders on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Get set for the second half of action from here in Frontenac, Kansas. Trojans lead it 14-0. Looking to improve to 4-0 on the year. They come into this one, of course, 3-0 after a big win over Galena last week. Frontenac won a tough one on the road up at Bishop Ward. They were down 10-0 at half, came back to win that one 12-10. Hostile environment this week there at home, but got their work cut out for them here in the second half as the Trojans put together a pretty good defensive effort in the first half, able to string together a couple good-looking drives to lead at 14-0, and Trojans are looking for another sustained drive here to start the second half. And they got a bunch of them last week against Galena. They only punted twice in the ball game, once right at the end of the first half and once right at the end of the ball game. Other than that, extremely efficient offensively. Frontenac's defense has tested them a little bit more here tonight, but they have put together a couple of impressive drives, and the option seems to be working well. But Frontenac keying a bit on the tailback, Alex Kester, when he's in the ball game. But that has opened up the option. It's opened up runs for Ethan Davidson and other parts of the Girard offense. But see if the Trojans' numbers and size can kind of become a factor here as this game wears on into the second half. Maybe Kester find a little bit more running room.
Yeah, just like you said earlier, Frontenac came back 10-0, but also like we saw last week, Girard took off in the second half. So both these teams are really good in the second half. I think we're going to be set for an even better ball game in the second half.
Yeah, looking at the tape last week of Frontenac's game up at Bishop Ward, the kids from Bishop Ward just kind of tapered off over the second half. That just fatigue set in, and the defenders weren't in the right place, and they weren't making tackles like they were in the first half, and Frontenac able to take advantage of that and take control of the ball game. And I just think that, it's a tougher row to hoe here against the Trojans. They bring a lot more numbers, a lot more size than Bishop Ward did. They had some nice-looking players, Bishop Ward, but just not the numbers to keep them fresh.
And with Girard getting the ball here to open this second half,
they have a chance to just take this game by the throat.
Right,
Make a statement.
To get a 3-score lead. But what worries me is the possibilities that going to open up Frontenac over the top. They're going to really challenge our Trojans defensive backs. But as long as like we talked, front four, get a little pressure on Turla, make some errant throws. We dropped a pick in the first half and maybe had a chance at another one. Frontenac had a couple balls bounce their way early and still hasn't been able to get in the end zone.
Yeah, a couple mishandled pitches, fumbles, things like that ended up right back in the Raiders' hands. They had a tip end up in the hands of one of their wide receivers. So they definitely – things could have gone very differently for Frontenac in that first half.
They could be down 4 scores.
Set to kick this one away here to the Trojans. Junior Aiden Hill doing the kicking duties tonight, the kickoff duties tonight for Frontenac.
Oh, ball fell off the tee.
Happened to the Trojans earlier tonight.
Almost Charlie Browned him.
Fake the camera, man.
Right. His leg was
Charlie
in,
Brown.
Yeah,
Daryl here on the camera.
Yeah. He just about got.
Fake the cameraman out. Whoever that guy is. Gosh. Here we go with the bleachers again.
Yeah. Time to get excited again.
Fall off one more time.
This a high end
Pooch
over
kick.
end, short kick. Kester's going to field it at the 20-yard line, heading far side, has some room over there. Stiff arms, twists ahead across the 30, and will be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Pretty good field position there for the Trojans to start their first drive of the second half.
Girard will take over there, 1st and 10.
Man, his vision's incredible. That looked like he was going to get stopped at the 25, and he managed to get 7-8 more yards out of that. I think they're going to work him hard here. I think Alex is going to have a big drive. Making prediction.
1st and 10 Trojans from their own 32-yard line, 11:53 to play, third quarter. Just one wide receiver this time. Scales to the near side. Handoff's going to go to Kester off tackle. Goes to the spin move. Spins ahead. He'll pick up about 3 yards on the carry.
2 on the play.
Looks like 3. We'll call it 3.
Big hole opened up for him, but he spun out. Just got a little bit tripped up, looked like someone caught his shoestrings.
It's kind of like he anticipated needing to do the spin move when maybe it wasn't necessary. He might have picked up a couple more yards there, but when you're down there in traffic, sometimes you see things well and sometimes you see things that aren't quite happening. Another handoff up the middle for Kester. This time he just lowers his shoulder and barrels straight ahead. He's going to pick up another couple of yards, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5 for the Trojans.
2 on the play. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Yeah, Frontec's definitely keying on them.
It's 3rd down.
Well, just give kudos to Frontenac's front line here. They're just doing a good job of getting off their blocks and
muddying it up.
Yep, just muddying it up. Perfect analogy.
High pass, going to get to Scales. He makes the catch, but about a yard shy of the first down marker. He's out to the 41. He needed the 42 to pick up the first. So now 4th down and short here for the Trojans.
4 on the play.
Near midfield, but inside their own territory.
I thought he caught it at the 42 and got drove back to the 41, but
yeah, not very generous with their
forward
progression.
I thought that was not the best spot. See if we get a hard count here. I'm sure Frontenac got lectured on that.
I think that's a great call. I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
There's a snap. Handoff goes to Kester. He's got 1st down yardage up to the 45 where he stood up and driven back by a host of Raiders. But it's enough for a Trojan first down and call it a gain of 3 on the play.
Gain of 3 on the play. Brings the ball out to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Girard.
Excuse me.
Been rough running tonight for Alex Kester. 8 carries, 26 yards. That's definitely a much lower average than he had last week against Galena. I think Frontenac might have watched that game tape.
Right, and we talk about it as well against our opponents. You don't let Superman beat you.
Handoff goes this time to Ethan Davidson. Looking around the corner, he does. Brought down from behind by Mario Mangini at midfield. And somebody slow to get up. It could be
that's Davidson.
Could be Davidson slow to get up over there on the far side, right in front of the Trojan bench. They're taking a look at him, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5.
What was scary about that was when McGinney tackled him, McGinney actually just was looking at him like, uh-oh.
McGinney's a sportsmanship
Right.
type of guy, so.
Right, he knew he was hurt instantly.
There's official timeout on the field, and we'll take one as well as the Trojans attend to Ethan Davidson over there on the far side. Trojans lead it 14-0, looking at a 3rd down and 5 when we come back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
2nd and 5, Girard.
2nd and 5 now for the Trojans. Ethan Davidson thankfully able to get up under his own power. He's walked over to the Trojan bench, took a seat there, handoff to Kester, lowers his head, going to fight forward. Looks like he's close to a 1st down, and it looks like he has it out at the 45-yard line of the Raiders.
They're going to spot that one a little more friendly. Maybe a makeup for the last time.
45-yard line, 1st and 10, Girard.
Who came in for Davidson? Was that Norris?
Yeah.
1st down and 10 now for the Trojans from the Raider 45-yard line. We're under 9 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Girard leading at 14-0. Ethan Davidson just went out with what looked like a pretty painful injury. Doesn't look like we're going to see him again tonight. Here's the handoff to Kester off right tackle. Able to pick up 5 yards down to the 40-yard line. And we're seeing these carries from Kester pick up a few more yards now. Instead of 2 yards, it's 5 yards.
I think he's due.
And he's due here in a moment. You get the feeling for a 35-yarder or something like that.
With the old boxing analogy, the body blows, and eventually the knockout punch will be there.
2nd down and 4 now for the Trojans from the Raider 39-yard line as we tick down to around 8 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. 1 wide receiver to the near side is Scales. They put Bo Harris in motion, and there's a flag coming in. Looks like some illegal procedure against the Trojans. That'll back them up.
Illegal procedure against Girard.
That play didn't look sharp from the get-go. We had people lining up on the wrong side. It just looked like something was off from the play call to the formation.
Brings up a 2nd down and 9 now for the Trojans. They get bit by the penalty bug. Train in the distance. Part of the atmosphere here in Frontenac. Defense jumped off sides that time.
They'll get it right back.
And the Trojans will march that 5 yards right back.
We might have gained a yard on those penalties. I don't know exactly how that worked, but it looks like we gained a yard.
Kester had a 6-yard carry, so we're good. We're good. It was 2nd and 9.
I thought the ball was on the 40.
2nd and 4. It's everything's on the up and up here.
Yeah, it looks like 2nd and 3. I'm not sure.
Quick pitch to the outside. This is Bo Harris. Cuts it back inside, loses his footing. Slips the turf monster. Got him with that one. But he did pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards. That'll set up a 3rd down and short here for the Trojans.
All for naught. Still a good game.
Yeah, if that cleat doesn't slip right there.
Yeah, if he didn't slip, it'd be a lot better gain.
If we were playing on the great turf of Girard, Frank Jameson Field.
That monster's gotten people too. The turf monster knows
no hero.
That's right. Now Luke Nigaman pushing right up the middle. Talk about just getting bowled over.
Nigaman on the carry.
He's got a coach who used to do a little bit of that back in his day. And that's enough for the 1st down as Nigaman picks up about 6 yards. He needed 1. And the Trojans get a 1st down.
I wonder if Philpott says, I'm going to call my old number right here.
Just be the biggest guy
and
go forward. Things are going to be fine.
Seems to work most of the time.
Back in college, Neil Philpott picked up 4 yards getting out of bed in the morning. And that handoff right up the middle to Kester, gain of about 3 yards.
3 on the play.
He may not end up with 170-some yards, but he's liable to end up with 25 carries again, Jess.
Just wearing that defense
25 carries for 100 yards this time. Official
respots the ball.
Respots the ball, sets it again. Trojans looking at about a 2nd down and 8 from the 28-yard line of the Raiders. Nigaman looking to pass. Now he tucks it. He takes off across the 20, through a tackle, across the 15, inside the 10, and brought down. There's a flag on the play, though. We saw it come in late there from behind Nigaman, and it could be a little holding or some block in the back. It's a holding. See if that's a spot foul.
Should be.
Yeah, should be from where the flag was. Where the penalty was committed or perpetrated.
They're going to mark it back 10 yards from there, and Trojans are still looking at a 2nd down and about 2 now.
A little more time.
I don't know how
off
to.
The clock.
Statistically, I have no idea how to. That's not a carry.
Well, it is because. Yeah, you're right.
It's not a carry.
I don't know what it is.
Just call it a good play.
I called it a.
I would have called it anyway. It's not open to interpretation.
I call it a good play call because that was a design quarterback draw.
Yep. Handoff this time to Kester and a couple of Raiders there to make the tackle that time.
Kester on the carry.
They're definitely keying on Alex tonight. We're down around 5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Brings up 3rd down and short again. How many of these 3rd down and shorts have the Trojans had here?
As many as they want.
Right, a lot. But here we're getting ready to go on another 12, 13 play drive right here.
And that clock is tick, 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 ticking down.
Nigaman keeps this one off tackle, has the 1st down out across the 15, upended, and brought down at about the 14-yard line.
You know, even though Alex can be lightning in a bottle sometimes, these other guys are just as electrifying. Ethan Davidson, even though he just went on the sideline, Bo Harris, Luke Nigaman, Aiden Damon, Caleb Scales. I just named a few of them. They all can score at any moment.
Passing game hasn't been as crisp tonight for the Trojans as it was against Galena, and you could chalk that up to the level of competition perhaps. Kester with it, busts through at the 5, fights through a tackle, and he's down to the 1-yard line, and there's a biggest run of the night for Alex Kester. Sets the Trojans up 1st and goal at the 2.
Well, you know, Superman's still just going to be Superman.
Yeah,
you can key on him all you want, but eventually that lightning in a ball is going to strike.
He was sniffing that goal line there. He was
fighting
people.
for it.
Give it to him again. Come on. Let him get at least one touchdown this game. He's used to having like 4, isn't he?
Yeah. First and goal, Trojans hand off to Kester, right up the gut, untouched into the end zone. And the Trojans lead it 20-0.
A statement drive.
That it was. About a 68-yard drive there, Jess.
Started at the 32, so.
That would be a 68-yard drive.
Math.
What a lovely thing. Ooh.
I was
easy there.
Yeah, man, this might this thing likes to move.
Humble's kick is up and good. And the Trojans lead at 21-0. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac. Trojans just pushed their lead 21-0, scoring a touchdown on the first drive of the second half. Jess, how about that drive summary?
Yeah, they went 68 yards. Took them 8 minutes, 15 plays, and then Garrett Humble drills extra point to give them a 21-0 lead.
Humble set to kick this one away. Short kick, fielded on a hop at about the 15-yard line and brought down at the 25. That's Trey Kramer, the junior wide receiver.
And Anthony Pike getting back there quick for the tackle. Trey Kramer's a shifty guy, so it's a good tackle by Pike. Open field, sweeping the legs.
Sweep the leg. Frontenac takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 3:56 to play, third quarter. They got to come up with a drive here. You got to think, guys, this game's starting to get out of reach for them.
Yeah, they're going to have to start going in a hurry. Oh. Taste of our own medicine.
Somebody got in a little too much of a hurry.
Yeah, I think 3 people got in a little too much of a hurry.
False start there. It's going to back the Raiders up 5 here to start this drive.
Oh, we're going to get some boos here. Call that on the Raiders.
Heck yeah, I'm happy with that.
How I saw it.
That's how I saw it too.
Yeah. Yeah, Jess, yeah.
That is exactly how we saw it.
Remember, we're delightfully biased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not biased. I think it
What?
was...
Yeah, Daryl, come on.
I saw
I'll believe a lot of things. Okay?
7 black jerseys moved on that play,
you tell
okay?
me lots of stuff. No, I saw it too. That's how it went down.
Ball,
There's
ball,
a snap
ball.
over the head of Turlip. Trojans after it, and they have it inside the 5-yard line. Who came up with that one?
Shireman.
And it was Shireman comes up with it at the 2-yard line. We'll see where they spot him. There's some rolling around down there, but I believe it's going to be at the 2. First turnover of the night for the Raiders. They'll place it at about the 3.
That is huge. All I'm going to say is the ball does not lie. So even though we might have had a little bit of banter about who actually the penalty was on, I think the ball showed it there.
I think those 2 plays are uniquely unrelated.
Bad snap.
No way, man. Mojo lives on forever. It always will.
That's the first real snap error we've seen tonight for Frontenac. We saw Nigaman handle a high snap earlier for the Trojans. This one handed off in the backfield to Christian Taylor, and he's able to pick up about a yard up to the 2-yard line. He'll bring up the second down and goal.
Tried to wrecking ball his way in there. Not quite going to get in.
2nd and goal.
I think this next play will do it. And they're also not going to be able to have a 15-play, 8-minute drive, but...
Well, you never know.
A guy can dream, yeah?
Hand off again, and he's in for the touchdown. So the Trojans push their lead 27-0. following the turnover by Frontenac, set Girard up 1st and goal at the 2-yard line after the fumble recovery by Shireman. Christian Taylor scores the touchdown on the 2-yard carry for the Trojans. Jess, I'm going to hit you up for a drive summary on that one.
Okay, I'm still figuring it up.
Kick is up from Humble, and he is true. Trojans lead at 28-0. You keep doing your math, Jess. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everyone get up and make some noise.
Trojans cash in on the Raider turnover. Christian Taylor, 2-yard touchdown run. Jess, the drive summary.
Yeah, they went 4 yards. Took them 40 seconds to run 2 plays. Garrett Humble drills extra point for a 28-0 lead.
Humble kicks this one away. Deep kick back into the end zone. Kramer handles it, mishandles it, and it's going to be a touchback. And Frontenac will take over at their own 20-yard line. Nice boot that time by Garrett Humble.
Automatic touchback in high school, kicked in the end zone.
I believe in college, too, if it hits the end zone at any time, it's touchback, isn't it?
1st and 10 Frontenac.
I have to take your word for it.
I'm not sure about that.
I think you can.
No, I think
you can fair catch it anywhere, and it comes out to the 20. But I think they can bring it out of the end zone in college. Pretty sure.
Well, I believe they can in high school, too. They just have to field it.
Cleanly, yeah.
Yeah.
Trailer with the snap. They're going to run option near side. Here's a block in the back. Goes uncalled. Pitch goes outside. Trojans stop it after a gain of about 4 yards. That was Jack Lusker on the carry.
Yep. And Anthony Pike from his middle linebacker position closing in on the pitch guy.
Running a little bit of Phil Potts.
Pretty obvious block in the back here on the near side, but at this point, maybe just let him play, Jess.
Keep that clock rolling.
Yeah. I'm voting for keeping the clock rolling.
6-yard pickup on the play. Sets up a 2nd down and 4 for Frontenac at their own 26-yard line. Trailer with the snap. Hands it off to McGinney. He's hit in the backfield and brought down. He's going to get back to the line, but a gain of Nathan on the play. Bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
I think that was good discipline. Staying in your lane, not falling for the motion or Turlip running one side.
Yeah, all the window dressing that took place.
Yeah, for a few yards.
Yep.
Drake Kotzman at that nose tackle position, almost untouched, was almost in there to grab the hand.
You know, I got to think there's a lot of coaches who watch tape of this Girard defense and look at Kotzman in the middle. And he doesn't make every play, but that dude's a problem. I mean, here he comes right now. High pass over the top. Caught by McGinney, but he couldn't get his feet down. Caught that one out of bounds. And that'll bring up a 4th down and about 4 for Frontenac. And the home crowd here on the near side not fond of that call.
Or the bleachers, apparently, trying to crush them down.
4th and 4 for the Raiders.
And a punt situation here for Frontenac, and 4th and 4. Alex Kester back to receive the kick for the Trojans. Kotzman got through, tried to block the kick. Kester called for fair catch, makes the diving catch out at about the 47-yard line, and probably saved Girard some field position there because that ball was going to take a Frontenac bounce. And so the Trojans take over. Great field position at their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10. Got a minute 33 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Trojans comfortably out in front, 28-0.
Looks like they're bringing in Christian Taylor.
Yep.
just going to pound the rock. Bring the wrecking ball in. Let him
run the clock.
Let him run those dirty yards out. If I'm Girard, I don't want to do anything fancy. I'm okay with a 3 and out.
I just want to hand off to tailbacks number 2 and 3 for the rest of this ball game. Call it good.
Be nice to do.
There's Taylor, lowers his head, pushes forward. He'll have a gain of about 2 there on first down up to the 49-yard line.
Gain of 2 on the play. Ball on the 49-yard line.
3 carries, 4 yards on a touchdown for Christian Taylor tonight.
Quite the stat line.
As long as it comes with the W. Trojans certainly not in any sort of hurry.
That might have been
use all of the time on the play clock, you would think.
I think that was Christian's first touchdown of the season. I'm not totally sure. I think it is.
I think so. Handoff goes to Bo Harris. He's got some blockers in front of him. Sheds 1 tackle out across the 50-yard line to about the 48.
Harris on the carry. Gain of 3 on the play.
Frontenac about blew that up in the backfield. Bo did a good job of feeling that D end already in his way and just cut that upfield before he ever almost had the ball in his hands.
And then did a little weird hurdle move as someone tried to upend him, and here we are. Not going to call it. Just going to let him play.
Well, there's only one man in motion. I think it was a hard count, and then nobody in Frontenac moved. And there's Taylor again, straight ahead, man. He's just a load once he gets going. And he has enough for the Trojan first down out to the 42-yard line of the Raiders.
Just a bowling ball running through there.
Yeah.
First and 10 Trojans.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play.
He's got those strong legs. You know he has the squat record for the school now?
Good.
580 pounds.
Good for him.
Well, we saw it at work right there.
Better than any weight class in Girard High School.
All right, there's a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans comfortably in front, 28-0. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Well, the Trojans dominated the third quarter here in Frontenac as we start the fourth quarter of action. Trojans with the ball, 1st and 10 in Frontenac territory. As Christian Taylor gets the handoff, fights forward for about a yard there up to the 41-yard line of the Raiders. Jess, you had a statistical nugget for us.
Speaking of dominating the third quarter, if my math, all my fingers and toes added up correctly, Frontenac held the ball for 1 minute and 25 seconds in the third quarter.
And that's enough time to have a fumble and a penalty.
Basically was it.
2nd down and 9 now for the Trojans. Handoff goes again to Taylor, runs right into a crowd, picks up another yard up to the 40. But it's going to set up a 3rd down and long here for the Trojans at the 40-yard line. See how much they gamble here on this one, Jess, how risky they're going to get offensively.
Well,
comfortable 28-point lead, and the clock is running here now, under 11 minutes to play fourth quarter.
They have a lot of weapons at their exposure, like Darryl pointed out, so you can run some misdirection, something in the flat. We haven't seen that seam pass quite yet, so.
I'm always for a little bit of risk, but I don't know about here.
Bo Harris with it on the carry, and he's brought down. They'll give him forward progress just short of the line, and then a penalty flag comes in late.
Yep.
And we'll see what that's all about.
It's going to be unnecessary roughness, taunting, whatever they call it.
On the Trojans.
Now, way away from the ball down here.
Have my niece and nephew waving at me right now. It's.
I was going to say, those people better know one of you guys. That's going to back
Hope.
the Trojans up here.
Yeah, Hope.
I had a couple of those penalties there late in the game against Galena, too. I don't know if it's getting a little chippy, word spoken, but Trojans got to hold their composure because that is uncalled for there.
Gives Luke more room to punt. That's how I see it.
Nigaman back in punt formation. Mario Mangini back to receive for Frontenac. Low snap. Nigaman fields it, gets the kick away. High punt, lands, takes a Girard bounce. Mangini did not touch it, and the Trojans will down it inside the 5 at the Raider 3-yard line. So that couldn't have worked out much better for the Trojans if you got to punt one away.
Told you, more room for him to show off his leg. Able to pin him inside the 5. That's college punter stuff there. Maybe a college will want him to punt. Who knows? Maybe they won't want him for his quarterbacking skills.
Well, whatever. If it gets you that free ride, you take
whatever you can get, you take.
So 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 3-yard line. I formation in the backfield behind Turlip. 2 tight ends. Handoff goes straight ahead to McGinney. Kotzman has it. Ball's loose in the end zone. Looks like the Trojans jumped on it, and they do. Touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know who made it.
Ethan Brooks looked like he got the ball in the end zone. It looked like it was a big tackle by Kotzman to strip it free.
That's got to be our hit of the game. Our hit of the game is brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If your car takes a hit like Mangini just took from Kotzman, then take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. Humble on to attempt the point after. Kick is up, and it's good, and this one's getting ugly. Trojans lead at 35-0. 10 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Trojans lead at 35-0 after the defensive fumble recovery in the end zone. And it was really all set up by that deep punt by Luke Nigaman that Mario Mangini couldn't quite field. It hit the ground, took a Trojan bounce, ended up inside the 5-yard line. And then the big defensive play on Mangini on the carry. And the Trojans come away with a defensive touchdown. Good coverage on the kick this time, as it's brought out to about the 20-yard line. And that was McCoy Jones on the carry, or on the return. Get him out to the 21. That's where Frontenac will take over, 1st and 10. And it's a pretty subdued atmosphere over here on the home side of the stadium right now, as the Trojans just came in here on the eve of Festa Italiana and dropped a spicy meatball right in the middle of Frontenac.
Oh my gosh.
New quarterback in the game, tripped up and brought down
by Anthony Pike.
Is that who that is? I can't see.
Yeah, he's got the neck pad.
Gavin Whithume
Sure.
lined up a quarterback, kind of a
Wildcat, if you want to call it
no,
that.
I mean, he's listed on the roster as a quarterback, so just a keeper.
Maybe they don't want to hurt Turlip. I don't know.
I would think they're just kind of protecting their guy. We'll see what they do here. If Turlip
35-0 is the story of getting to the bus healthy.
Now, Whithume's going to be in at quarterback now.
3,
Turlip's down
2,
here on the sidelines right
on the
in front
play
of us.
clock.
And it's going to be a timeout. Frontenac. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans in the driver's seat. It's just a matter of time. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Ball on the 20, second and 11 for the Raiders.
Second down and 11 for Frontenac here with under 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Trojans out in front, 35-0. Into what has turned here in the second half into pretty much a blowout. Got a full house backfield in there for the Raiders. And a little misdirection, miscommunication on the handoff exchange.
Yeah,
and Gavin Whithume's brought down in the backfield for a loss on the play. It'll bring up a third down and about 14.
Looked like when the running back didn't take the ball, he was kind of just begging for someone to come grab it. Like please.
Yeah, like a guy standing in the grocery store with a loaf of bread.
Yes.
What do I do with this? So, passing situation here for Frontenac. 4 wide receivers in this set. 3 to the near side. Bad snap. Whithume's on it. Falls on top of it. And it's blown dead.
4th and all the way to back to Girard.
4th and Liberal, Missouri.
Or maybe what's this field, right? Is it the cemetery? Yeah.
4th and long for the Raiders.
I don't normally bring up the deceased in a broadcast, but yes. That's Ethan Brooks back to receive the kick for the Trojans. Short one. And Brooks, everybody's going to get away from it.
I hope.
There was a lot closer than it needed to be. But it's going to be down inside Frontenac territory at the 41-yard lines where the Trojans will take over. And let's see if we see some reserves into the game for Coach Philpott. And we are. Ethan Brooks is in the game.
Big Cotsman's coming trotting on. And it looks like they'll bring Jake Towner in for quarterback.
It's got Towner at quarterback. Brooks at tailback now. Lots of new faces, so bear with us here as we work through the roster. Brooks almost hitting the backfield. He fights forward back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be a gain of nothing on the play. Bring up a second down and 10. Most importantly, clock ticks under 7 minutes.
Yay.
I'd like to see Brooks get open and see what he looks like in the open field with the ball in his hand. Because in the free safety position on the defensive side, man, can he pack a wallop or two.
Six seconds on the play clock here as the Trojans get set. Down to 2. Here's the snap. Hand off to Brooks. He does find a little open space there. He's out close to the first down. Across the 35 to about the 33-yard line. He'll be a couple yards shy.
Gain of 7 on the play. Ball on the 33-yard line.
I mean, if you can get a carry like that out of your reserve, I think you're very happy.
Yeah, this is going to be probably next year's
quarterback tailback tandem for the Trojans.
Probably the replacement, yep.
Third down and 2 now for Girard. Handoff goes to Brooks again, and he finds some space off the near side. There's a flag. And he was going to walk into the end zone. He does walk into the end zone, but going to be all for naught. Looks like it's going to come back on a hold against the Trojans. And it does. So it'll set up a third down and long for Girard as Kotzman a little slow to get up on the play. Just give that dude the rest of the night off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you want to get out of here healthy. And that's not just your skill guys. That's your disruptor on the defensive side.
Penalty makes it 3rd and 10. Ball's at the 41-yard line.
So it's about 3rd down and 10, and now Girard's going to call a timeout. Stop things here with 4:49 to play, 4th quarter. We'll step away as well. Trojans in control, 35-0. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. Trojans in front, 35-0. 3rd down and 10 now for some of the Trojan reserves. High snap. They'll run option with Garrett Humble, and he's slung forward. Picks up about 8 yards, 7 yards out across the 35 to about the 34-yard line, but it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 4. And if you're Girard here, Jess, I think you just go ahead and go for this. Although there is a Raider down on the field, stops the clock with 4.5 minutes to play.
And Jake Towner, running quarterback there, did a good job of cutting that thing upfield to get to 6-8 yards.
That could be McCoy Jones out there. I don't want to, not sure. I can't see. I saw a 4, but I didn't see. Could also be Jacob Holt, the defensive lineman. Nope, it's Holt standing right there, so that's
it's
not
McCoy.
Holt.
Yeah, I saw 4-4.
And he'll get up under his own power and walk himself off the field. That's good to see. Certainly the thing you want to avoid more than anything here for either team is, you know, this one's pretty much in the books. You just want to get out of it unscathed and get ready for next week.
Never
win
want
or
injuries.
lose.
Never want injuries.
4th and 3, Girard.
No matter the case.
So now 4th down and a long 3 here for the Trojans. Christian Taylor in the backfield now at the tailback spot behind Humble, who went the wrong way. Humble's trying to make chicken salad and finally brought down in the backfield.
Yeah,
and that'll turn it over on downs.
Looked like Jake and Christian there had a little bit of miscommunication, but so it goes, gives the ball back to Frontenac, and now they're on.
Oh, Jake Towner. Yep, sorry, guys. I said Humble.
At the 38-yard line. 1st and 10.
I'd like to see Garrett run quarterback.
Because I'm looking at other things here. And yeah.
Josh doing 3 things at once, covering the slack for myself.
Frontenac on the road next week to take on Columbus. So it'll be a bit of a tough game there, but a very different team than this Girard squad. Columbus, as we know, likes to spread it out, throw it around. That'll test you in different ways, but Trojans go on the road next week to take on Prairie View up in the sticks of Lynn County, and there's a near fumble. And the ball is out, and the Trojans are on it at the 33-yard line. And we saw the tailback, Joe Merpero, never quite had the ball. He was juggling it around as he headed into the line, and then the ball comes squirting out the back, and the Trojans able to get on top of it. So first down and 10 now, Trojans at the Raider 34-yard line, and that's second turnover of the ball game, third turnover of the ball game on Frontenac.
Hey, that might be the fourth.
I got three.
Agree to disagree.
Night's not over, though.
I'm counting another one on this.
It was worth 2.
I just want to see
3 for Frontenac, 1 for Girard.
I just want to see Jake Towner, Ethan Brooks, and Christian Taylor run out this clock. I don't want to see any more Frontenac.
Taking under 2.5 to play now in the ball game. Towner's going to hand it off to Christian Taylor. He's hitting the backfield. Spun down. They're going to say he was down. The ball came out late. And the most important thing for the Trojans is that he stayed in bounds. As going to run about 2 or 3 more plays, and this one will head into the books. And everybody here can start thinking about pasta.
Festa Italiana.
Boom.
Meatball.
Can't wait. It's one of my favorite weeks
fried
of the year.
raviolis. Oh, the palooka sausages.
Well, I was listening to the man over here announce all the different types of food they had, and I was getting excited, man. It sounds good.
Yeah, there's not much Italian food that I don't absolutely dominate whenever I have the opportunity.
You don't have to put the word Italian in it for me. It's just food in general.
Nationality doesn't matter.
Right.
You're man of the world.
Food is food.
Yeah.
That could solve a lot of the world's problems right there, Jess.
3 on the play. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Christian Taylor gets it out to about the 30-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Trojans as we tick down around a minute to play in the ball game. Trojans came out in third quarter and just absolutely dominated the third quarter. And pretty much dominated the fourth quarter as well. But this game just got out of hand here in the second half as Taylor out near a first down. Looks like he's going to be just shy. They're going to call it 4th and less than a yard here for the Trojans. And you know what? I just run that one again. They don't have to run another play, though. There's a 1-2-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. So that could be your final play of the night.
That should be it.
Trojans just going to let this time run out. Go get on the bus. Head back to Girard, 4-0 on the season.
Convince Phil Putt to stay here for some Festa.
And
stay the night.
The top team now in their district. They were the top team coming in because Frontenac already had a loss on the season, but now no doubt about it. Trojans improved to 4-0 on the season after a 35-0 shellacking of the Frontenac Raiders. We'll step away for a quick break. And we'll be back with the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. Trojans win this one in convincing fashion, 35-0 over the Frontenac Raiders. There you see Coach Phil Pott talking things over with his players. Hopefully he'll be up here to join us in the booth before long. We do want to let you know that our post-game show is brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. And there was a lot of cheering to do tonight, guys. Good-looking first half and an even better-looking second half out of these Girard Trojans. And second week in a row, they took a quality opponent that, people expected, we'll see if this is a measuring stick game for them, and they answered the bell.
Yeah, they measured up just perfect. We talked about it before the game. We talked about it at halftime, how Girard can impose their will coming in the second half. They took that third quarter and allowed Frontenac to have the ball just a little bit over a minute, forced a fumble, ended up basically getting the defense getting 2 touchdowns. I know one touchdown gets statistically awarded to the offense, but overall, all 3 aspects of the game, Garrett Humble booting balls to the end zone on kickoffs, made every extra point, just an all-around great football game.
And yeah, every facet of the game. I mean, Luke Diggeman looked great running the option tonight. Passing wasn't as crisp as we saw against Galena, but, man, his punting, that punt at the end of the game set up that final touchdown. I mean, if you don't get that boomer of a punt, you don't end up with a fumble in the end zone that results in a touchdown. So just an all-around effort by the Trojans tonight on all 3 sides of the ball. Alex Kester finished tonight 13 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Much less than last week, but as part of the scheme of things, it worked out really well for the Trojans as they come away with an even more convincing win probably than they had against Galena last week.
Yeah, if you can take away our superstar, as he has shown this past couple of weeks, rushing for like 180 yards for a couple of weeks in a row, close to that, and if you could shut him down, hold him to 60 yards, and we still score 35 points, that is nothing but bright lights for the Girard Trojans.
And they got to be happy tonight with the effort. All around, of course, Frontenac, a team that's young. They lost a lot of seniors last year. I can't say that enough. Both quarterback, tailback, your whole defensive and offensive lines. I mean, just really a lot of attrition due to graduation. But, that's the whole purpose. You want to graduate kids. But this is definitely a rebuilding year for Frontenac. A lot of youth out there, and guys playing positions starting for the first time this year, and it kind of showed tonight.
Yeah, that rebuild word's a good word, but every high school goes through it.
Yep.
Girard's had this senior class this year. They made that good run last year as juniors with 3 or 4 good seniors on this, but this is a pretty senior-led team for the Trojans.
Yeah, so, if you're a Trojan fan, enjoy this year.
Right, but it's awful good that we have our backup players or our JV-type players come in and able to play almost a full quarter twice now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's the benefit of having these kind of numbers that Coach Philpott's been able to get. And,
the good Colgan teams of the past never was in a rebuild. They just kept passing the torch.
Reload.
Right.
Yeah, that's all they did.
And hopefully this is what we're going to see when we come out, and we shown in the fourth quarter when Girard's second string was in, they might not have been quite as dominant pushing the ball, but they looked the part on camera. So I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, and losing seniors or not, I think it's still sweet to beat Frontenac.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're a Girard Trojan fan, if you beat Frontenac at checkers, you'll take it.
But run around in victory.
And, these two teams will meet again in basketball and sub-state this year, and they'll meet again in softball and baseball, and that's just the nature of sports here in southeast Kansas. So this one goes to the Trojans. They win at 35-0 in a very convincing win. We'll step away for a quick break. Maybe Coach Philpott makes it up here. Maybe not, but we're heading towards the end here as you're watching the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Family owned and operated, G&N Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&N Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&N Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert's Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here to Frontenac, Kansas. Trojans win this one 35-0 over the Frontenac Raiders, and they're on the road, and we're on the road with them, guys. Next week up to the outskirts of Lacine. To Prairie View High School, the most aptly named school in Kansas. And Prairie View, a team that also graduated a lot of seniors last year, and so they've been struggling this year. So Trojans just kind of got to stay out of their own way, I would think, in that one, Jess. But a good win here tonight. We let Coach Philpott off of the hook and go home and enjoy this one. We'll catch up with him next week. And I think we're just going to go ahead and put a bow on it here tonight from Frontenac. Not a lot more to say about this one. Trojans dominated this one pretty much from the word go tonight as they come away with a 35-0 victory. So for Jess Murphy, Daryl McLeod, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us tonight here in Frontenac. You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
You've been watching Trojan Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hytrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter. Thanks for watching, and don't miss us next time right here on Girard Sports Live.